Here is Janja Garnbret. It needs very little introduction. One of, if not the finest female climber in the world right now. Actually tied all the way through the competition with Akio Noguchi. We'll talk about splitting ties if we need to a bit further on the line. First attempt on this boulder, looking very solid on it so far. No problems up to the zone. Could this be a flash from Janja Garnbret? Put some real pressure on Akio Noguchi. He will be standing in the wings waiting for her go. Janja just needs to leave her onto that left foot. Oh, and that's awkward for her. Just slipped off. That would have been a flat.
Four. Said that she went for a very dynamic approach to this second boulder.
So off she goes again. Went for a completely different method. Went for the left hand on that little crimp. I have to say it didn't look an especially promising method, but if there's one person can pull off that kind of move, it is Janja Garnbret.
Yeah, she looks like she's reading exactly the same thing. She's read it as a big dyno rollover. Oh, and in fact just stands it up.
I think she changed her mind midway through that move there. That's the kind of move she eats up. The leg fired out behind the head, and she's found a top. If she gets this done on her first attempt, she'll move into first place only on count back to the semi-final. If she can't do it first go, she will stay where she is now, which is second place temporarily. And then it'll be Akio Noguchi out. Don't see many ties in bouldering, quite unusual. Akio and Janja coming in tied from the semi-final. Generally they can be separated somehow.
Janja is absolutely floating through these bottom section at the moment, looking completely in control.
Oh, she's absolutely cruising this. Out to the right, just needs to really stay calm and be accurate.
Goes back on for Janja. She is seriously determined here not to open the door for Akio.
So that's Janja safely through that move again. Safely up to the zone again. Just needs to figure out how to use these dual texture volumes. The section that looks like wood has no friction at all. You can only really use the red bit. So somehow needs to press those volumes together or get both hands on the right hand one. Janja Garnbret lining it up for the win. Matches the top, finds the win. She didn't have a great start to this final, but boy, she had a good finish. That will be enough for her.
Adam Ondera's victory all the way through to Janja Garnbret's victory.
Watching her compatriot and friend Janja. We've just seen Fanny Gibert flash this boulder. She was up it in seconds.
Come on, Janja. Come on, people, bring some joy for the drummer. Come on. Nice. Yeah, we can see it's a really hard move to the left. Come on, Janja. Nice.
Drops that left. Once the climbers have got into this position, it looks like the next few moves have been okay.
Yeah.
It's relatively positive, that big edge. Just creep the foot up, take the zone like that, rock onto the right foot.
Come on, Janja.
And then hopefully the left foot can join it.
Come on, Janja.
This doesn't look too confident to get the left foot up.
I think she... Wow, nice!
Goes without the left foot and finds a top. It's also a flash for Janja. Here comes Janja. You know her well. What's she normally like behind the wall? Quite relaxed between the boulders?
Yeah.
Focused? Or?
Yeah, she's relaxed. I think also she said that she climbs the best when she's relaxed, so we can see she's really enjoying every round, and yeah.
She's absolutely
and
cruising
she's
this boulder so far.
Easily going to the top.
So will she bother with the foot swap? She doesn't.
Nice.
It's a flash for Janja. Just got her a bit closer.
Come on, Janja.
Here's Janja. Pretty untroubled so far.
Yeah, and she's really good at coordination moves, so I think this won't be a problem.
That was the closest we've seen to anyone falling but not falling.
Yeah.
That's becoming a bit of a signature move, the Janja, where the leg flicks around.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was even by her standards pretty spectacular. You wouldn't have thought she'd have any trouble from here. She just bumped the right hand up.
Come on,
and it just
Janja.
shuffles it up.
Come on. You just need to be patient here, not to.
Yeah, you don't want to rush.
Yeah, not to rush. Nice.
That's how you do it. Method.
Yeah.
If she can do this boulder first go, then Janja Garnbret wins.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Come on, Janja. I'm pretty sure she will.
Yeah, you'd imagine
Flash it,
she will, but
but
it's not a guaranteed move.
Nope.
You've got to get the coordination right. Will she use the Fanny Gibert method, or will she use the 1-2-3? She uses the 1-2 method. So that's the third different method we've seen.
Yeah.
And Janja lining it up now.
Come
Just
on,
needs to
Janja.
get her right hand on top of that black volume and then leave her onto it.
Come on, Janja.
Being made to work for it.
Super.
She can see the top. If Janja Garnbret latches it, it's
Come
a
on,
second
Janja.
win in the space of a week for her.
Come on, Janja.
Janja Garnbret, there she goes. Second
Nice.
World Cup of the year. Second gold medal
Wow.
for Janja. Janja Garnbret, 4 flashes. Hard to beat that. Here comes Janja Garnbret. Well, this is a familiar sight, her coming out last, given the fact the boulder's been flashed by 3 of the climbers. Can we say we'd expect her to flash it?
I think we could say that.
She is a phenomenon, and when a boulder's been flashed by 3 of the other climbers, you do really expect Janja to do it. It is now at that stage with her, untroubled by the early moves. First of 3 pretty poor holes for the right hand. You got that one, then the side pull, then the tiny crimp. Getting a good look at close-up at exactly what these climbers are hanging on to. Janja is not still in the warm-up wall. She is actually in a World Cup final, and she is claiming a top, and it's a flash. Looked on that one. Well, we were a little bit close up to really see too much of the detail.
She's going left hand, whereas all the other successful attempts have gone right hand first and come in for the match, but she seems to be making her own path up here.
Not for the first time. She's just doing things her own way.
Whatever works.
Yeah, cross it through the left hand, then dab out to the right onto that zone. So now it's a case of getting that left foot high, and then it's how you deal with this volume. This is still only attempt number 2 for Janja, so penultimate hole, and she needs to find some way of putting it to use. The dynamic method does work. There's the top for Janja. It will be when she brings the left hand up as well. How do we describe this boulder? Slightly funky.
Yeah, it does. It seems like it's testing a lot of different shoulder positionings, from the press at the start to the press and crossover from the zone. It's definitely you got to have strong shoulders in order to be able to get through these moves.
So you can see she's a little bit further away. She's not short by any means, but she's shorter than Katrin. She's a little bit further away from that volume that is home to the zone. What's she got in mind here? The right foot method, I would imagine, is harder. I think Janja is really aware of attempts here as well.
She'd have to be. She must know that she and Akio have the same amount of tops, and that.
Very similar method to Akio, just bringing that left leg down. That was nice.
And that looked annoyingly easy for sure.
As did the jump. This will be a flash for Janja. If she can find a way of pressing underneath that ball, she can. More than enough strength in the shoulders. Nothing major. So she gets the jump done this time. Janja Garnbret in the spotlight and under pressure, but you would never know it, as always seems to be the case. She goes out with the left hand. Akiyo Noguchi now will be down the front and can only watch. Chooses to lead up with the left hand, then tries the right hand. Now she's going to try the heel hook. So this was what we saw Katja struggling with, and then it just basically hugs that volume with her right feet. The Slovenian crowd down the front cheering. I'm sure all her friends and family back at home doing the same. Janja Garnbret on the penultimate hold. This move for the win. Goes up with the left. Puts the toe, the right hand joins it, and Janja Garnbret wins. Now I love it with Janja, because I just want to see how far she can go. How many World Cups can she win? How many records can she break? So a rare mistake from Janja, and already she will go on to Boulder 2, regardless of what happens here, ever so slightly behind Akiyo Noguchi. Akiyo being the only climber so far to have got it first go.
Akiyo did it with the static method that we saw kind of Mori hint at. That just worked really well for her and easily sticks it this time.
Yeah, no problem on the jump right this time for Janja. Goes for the top. I think a bit like Jessie and Miho, just needs that heel hook to make things secure. So, what can Janja Garnbret do?
You know, I would not be surprised to see a flash from Janja on this boulder. It's just straightforward, and hard, you know, so that suits her style really well.
Hard is Janja's style.
You know, and there's no moves that are really low percentage, you know, so, you know, sometimes that just forces a couple falls, but this one is just hard.
Foot slips from Janja. What will she do? Chooses to put the right toe up, and now we'll head up to the zone with the right hand followed by the left. So this is a move that stopped everyone apart from Akiyo Noguchi. Janja straight through it.
You can see her pinching the upper left side of that banana hold.
Okay, she's into the penultimate hold. The top beckons. Janja Garnbret, Boulder 2. Flash for her. She becomes the first climber in this final with 2 tops.
So far she has 2 tops in 3 tries. She did take 2 tries on the first climb.
So she's got to get herself round that first long volume. Chooses to match this hold.
Easily holding that swing over.
Bumps up again. Zone would appear to be beckoning. Yeah, thought about the undercling. Might swap to the undercling after going to the zone, maybe. Matches the second of the volumes. Straight up to the crimp on the zone, and then leans out right for the right hand of those volumes. If she can get her feet sorted, you would expect Janja to bring it home.
Just
there it is.
In for the finish move.
Flash of Boulder 3.
I think first or second go, actually, so.
Yeah, you're right, that's your first or second go.
And she easily does that first dyno, using the same method as Miho, and
she's got the zone. Janja Garnbret's got the top. She's got the win. She's topped everything in sight this weekend. For the 4th time in 4 World Cups in 2019, it's Janja Garnbret. We did the stats earlier on. In China, there were no boulders that stopped her in 2 World Cups. She didn't flash them all, but she did every boulder in every round in China. There was only 2 she failed on in Boscoe and 1 in Meiringen. So coming into this final, she's attempted 61 boulders across the World Cups so far in 2019. 61, and she has got to the top of 58 of them. As I say, no boulder she couldn't do in any of the last World Cups so far, and that's carried on here in Munich. Will it carry on in the final? Well, she's off to a good start. There's the zone. Janja lining it up. Oh, it wasn't in doubt, was it? Perfect start for Janja.
This competition is very much still alive here, obviously, but Fanny Wibert's got 2 tops already in 3 attempts. This is not going to be a straightforward walk in the park for Janja at this stage in the competition. She can't let her guard down here.
She certainly can't. She actually wasn't, only just made the move up to the zone. Again, she slightly passed it and had to drop onto it. This is where she slipped earlier on. So there's a second screw on just to the right of that one. Chooses to go for the cross-through method, and now she'll have to match that one. I think she might, bump the left hand back. Gets herself in the position she needs to be in for the top. Flies out, the legs fly behind her head, as we see so often, that signature move of hers. She can't get her feet in place and is able to see the funny side of it. She was smiling before she even found the top, Janja Garnbret. She did take 2 attempts on the previous boulder. Straight up to the zone from Janja. Even before she'd stopped swinging, she was looking for what was next. Thought about going up with the left, now she's read it right. At least to lead with the right hand. Could this be another flash in another final from Janja Garnbret? Of course it is. She's competed here twice before, taken the gold medal twice before. She's won all 4 World Cups in 2019. The last time she took part in an IFSC World Cup or World Championships in bouldering and didn't win it was Meiringen in 2018. She really is pushing this winning streak to extraordinary levels, and she needs a top here, and she needs it in 4 attempts. Didn't really find the easiest way of doing that move. Pops straight up with the left hand. Remember, a top will do it for Janja Garnbret. She's got 4 attempts. Time-wise, energy-wise, she just won't have the opportunity for 4 attempts. So realistically, I think we can say if she tops it at all within the constraints of 4 minutes, it will be enough. She's onto the cheese blocks. It's such a familiar situation, seeing Janja Garnbret coming out last with the opportunity to win. Heads up. Now the next move will take her to the second to last hold. Janja Garnbret, she's never competed in Munich and not win. Can Janja Garnbret win in Munich again? Janja Garnbret always wins in Munich. And the question now for this incredible 20-year-old is surely not if she's going to break every record we've ever seen at the IFSC. It's a question of when. Janja flashed 3 of the boulders. She actually fell off number 2. They're collector's items, but she got it done in the end. How is she going into this final?
Making very short work of this beginning section.
Yeah, dispatched it very quickly. Was it just a momentary lapse in concentration here?
Maybe just rushed it a little bit last time.
I don't think she's even going to bother touching the zone, personally.
No.
I think she's just aiming for the top, and she'll let the zone take care of itself. Remember,
Yes.
if she gets the top, she's awarded the zone anyway.
Everyone's here with bated breath.
There it is from Janja Garnbret. Took 2 attempts, but she found the top.
And you'll notice that on the attempts that she's had so far, she has been quite low. And usually she can actually stick quite low. Maybe she just needs something extra this time. Yes.
This time she finds it, Janja. She's been shaking out that right shoulder when she's come down.
Yes.
Seemed to be working fine that time. Again, she's got that knee scum, the knee lean on the black volume. See her having to work hard. No problem up to the zone. Got to get that left foot to stick. Will she find the little toe hook? Yeah, there it is. Tricky little move up to that crimp, but she did it pretty statically. Penultimate hold now. Janja lining it up for the top. The beep sounds to signify 1 minute to go. This is her 4th attempt. Just needs to pop through. The top hold is pretty good. And there it is for Janja.
Yep, she moved quite quickly through the first section, but it has slowed a number of people down.
But by the same token, if she gets going quickly on what is not an especially physical boulder, it could leave her time for a 3rd go. Maybe. If she can get through the lower section quickly,
But you know what? As a climber, when you're thinking about your time, you always got to say, this is the time. This is the one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave time for another one. Because then you think, well, that puts doubt in your mind. Maybe I'm not going to do it this time. Got to believe every single time you get on that this is the time. Except maybe with a low percentage move.
With Janja, it usually is the time.
Yes, that's true.
Again, this feels huge for Janja. A slightly risky way of doing that right hand, but she got it the last time. She gets it this time. You can see there's not much for the feet. This time she holds it as she steps around the corner. Janja, the first climber to get this far. Is she about to be the first climber with 3 tops? Surely nobody doubted Janja Garnbret. If she can top this boulder, which Akio Noguchi has just topped, she will win the Vail World Cup. She will complete the clean sweep. She will have won all 6 World Cups in 2019. Attempt number 1 underway for Janja. Up to the pocket. If she is having trouble with that left shoulder, she may get found out now. No problem crossing through. And she goes for the Akio method of getting the foot high, the right foot. Janja Garnbret slapping out with the right hand and the left. Janja Garnbret's heading for the top in Vail. She's heading for the history books. She's clean swept the season. Janja Garnbret has won every Boulder World Cup in 2019. It's never been done before. She's been made to work for it, but every time she finds a way. First woman to win World Cup seasons in 2 disciplines. First woman to win World Championships in 2 seasons. And now the first climber in the history of the sport to clean sweep a season. There are some records out there that she still hasn't broken, but she's coming for them. Janja Garnbret is going to take this sport to places we can barely imagine. She is 20 years old and she is redefining what is possible.